out the jibber jabber. Don't be babbling like a fool. Say what you got to say. That's all. Then shut your dang pie hole.
It's 0 dark 30, and we've blasted out of the bunker, and here we are, folks, talking about it again. The rhetoric, the race baiting, everything is coming at us, folks. They are pushing the left, the socialists, the Democrats, that is. They're pushing for an all-out war on the streets. They're getting all the pieces set up. I'm going to start with this. The host, or one of the co-hosts of The View, Sonny Hostin, right? Sonny Hostin. It sounds like a snack cake. Anyways, this ding dong, she had to weigh in and say that President Donald Trump is preparing, is planning, and is going to execute his own Kristall Nacht before taking over and making America like Nazi Germany. There's a lot of things wrong with this. First off, I don't think anyone who watches The View knows what Kristall Nacht is. It means Crystal Night is German. A Crystal Night was the night that all of the radicals went running through Germany, breaking the windows of homes and businesses of people they didn't like, the Nazis. And it was done on their way to assuming absolute and total control and power. Now, I don't know where Sonny Hostin gets her information, but I haven't gotten anything from the Trump campaign or J.D. Vance saying, "Hey, John, get ready for Kristall Nacht. Bring a hammer and some rocks and some bricks." This is fear mongering, but it's doing it in such a way that I don't think anyone in the Democrat Party understands. Certainly, Sonny Hostin, is she suggesting that Trump is going to do this based on race? Oh, of course she is. I'm sure she would be. Why wouldn't she take that cheap shot, right? Why not? Do the black communities in America understand history well enough to know exactly what Kristall Nacht was? No, it's basically an insult, and they can't support it with anything but fear. They're driving their people with fear. They're praying and hoping that blacks will be so afraid. Oh, they've tried the whole Jim Crow thing. They tried the whole the South is going to get you. You're going to get lynched. The Confederate flag bad. They've tried all that shit. So now they're really pushing the Nazi thing again, which of course people always say, if I had a chance to kill Hitler, I would have done it. So the Democrats hold up their Hitler. Now, I thought, to be fair, do we, on the anti-communist side of things, do we hold out fear and try and scare people and make sure that they're serious about voting? And I think the answer is yeah. I'm not going to lie. I can't be hypocritical about this. I think fear is a great motivator, the single greatest motivator. Except I don't have to make up stories about Trump. I can look at you and I can tell you that John Kerry sat on a stage in the last couple of days and told America and the world that the First Amendment, free speech, needs to be taken down, dismantled. That's not a made-up story. Like all the disgusting, filthy bottom feeders at The View. And they are nasty. They don't make a lick of sense. They don't support any of their claims. Their arguments are specious and without merit. There's no historical examples of anything they want ever producing anything but pain, death, destruction, and loss. But yeah, I understand that fear motivates. So I'm not going to lie about that, right? The Second Amendment, they want to take it. They want to tackle it. They want to remove it. And up in Minnesota, they are now swearing in, get this, they are now swearing in the first non-U.S. citizen law enforcement police officers. Non-citizen police officers. I've got a great question. How is one who takes an oath expected to uphold that oath if they don't understand what the oath is? If they don't understand what the oath is, can they be held accountable to that oath? We've discovered that's not possible with American citizens, much less non-American police officers in America policing Americans. They don't understand the Constitution. They don't agree with it. They don't love this country. So they take a worthless, meaningless oath that's even less meaningless than the Democrats. And they give them a badge and they give them a gun and they say, go tell Americans to be good. You think these cops understand these foreigners? Do you think they give a shit about our rights? The answer is no. As much as any of the police officers out there who do understand the Constitution and don't give a shit. You want to talk about a recipe and a formula for something akin to Crystal Nacht? Right? A bunch of foreigners telling Americans what to do. Right? I mean, literally, are you telling me that Americans don't want jobs? And so they're completely willing to turn over their sovereignty to moronic, low IQ foreigners who have had their heads pumped full of hatred for America in places like Minnesota. That's right, the home of the adopted home of Ilhan Omar. Right, she's from Somalia, hates America, is part of the jihad squad, supports terrorism. How is any of this even fucking remotely possible in a free country? America, no less. It's just, it's not impossible because it's happening. So what I'm going to tell you is the Democrats are preparing for their Crystal Nacht. Everything they have done is projection. Absolutely everything is projection. And that's what this is. They see it coming. They know it's happening. They're hoping for it. The government is doing, the federal government, that is Kamala. She sat smugly in the FEMA room yesterday after posing for a photo op, refused to answer any questions. Refused. Why isn't she answering questions? Because she can't. Because questions lead to things like, what are you doing to help the people? The hundreds of thousands, the millions of people that are stranded without power, having their lives destroyed. Biden says we've given all that we have to give. They don't want to answer. They don't care. They want to bring America down. They want their troops in place. And trust me, they are. Their troops. They're doing it right now, folks. Foreigners with guns and badges. As Americans, we aren't allowed to, in many places, carry guns. Many places, not allowed. Boy, I tell you. And then they've got all of their conscripted troops, all of the terrorists everywhere. Yeah, Crystal Nacht, Crystal Night, Night of Terror. I think it's coming. I really do. I think it's coming. I'm not liking it, folks. But what I can do is be prepared. I really hope you are also prepared, because this is going to be a stinking mess when it blows up. Semper Fi. God bless America.